Hello everybody, this is James, and welcome back to TGWPIS FC. We are on episode number, oh god, you figured I'd have this prepped before we started the video. 59, and we start today with our transfer special and the first match in the championship, the Sky Bet Championship at Luton Town. But let's talk about let's talk about things here, because we have summer transfers to talk about, and oh boy, there were a lot. So I think we should first talk about the outs. And if you notice here, there's some big ones. First of all, Randolph Knight finally left the club. We kind of thought he would be going, and he did. Started off with us, came in, really started to develop, played a decent amount given what he's done, but then left 40 million with a 50% sell-on clause to Huddersfield, which is about as good as we can expect to get from him. He was a great servant to the club, but we kind of were okay in midfield, and we kind of backed that up a little bit too, so we're okay to see him go. Next, Ryan McKenzie left. He was putting up a stink about wanting to go, so we did let him go. He got 17 million with a 50% sell-on clause. I think goalkeepers are a little harshly rated in this year's game, so we let him go. He was great for a long period of time for us, a really long period of time. I mean, we got him in like our first youth intake, and then he just played, almost 200 career appearances for us. But he wanted to move on. We weren't going to stand in our way, so we let him go. George Comier, the guy we bought from, the centre back we bought from Manchester United for 102 million, we sold on to Cardiff for 105, with the possibility to raise up to 1.7 million. I think that's pretty good business. We didn't make a loss on him. And then a few other people like Luke Johnson and Scott Craig were like two youth prospects that came through that people wanted, and then a bunch of loan offers came in. David Malcolm, who's still with us, and then a few other people just to kind of go out and have him get some game time. Abel Gomez went out because he doesn't have a work permit, so we're going to get him some time, hopefully get him some work permit. Veskme definitely could have used some more play time, so we're doing that. Once again, another guy who didn't have a work permit that we got in, Braham Sano, so we're just getting him some playing time outside of us. James O'Connor, just another guy who's with us, we haven't left yet. And then Madrag Praviv, who we brought in. He was one of our first bring-ins. He's a Serbian striker. We sold him we bought him for 2.5 million. He looks like he's got a lot about him. That I'm gonna have to take away that ability that looks for the pass rather than attempt to score, because high determination, great teamwork, work rate, just has a lot of good things about him. And he's at loan on Salford, so hopefully he gets him some match experience. And I'm really excited about him. One of the other guys we got in is this one, Jose Ismail Bonilla, who we got in for next to nothing. He was 6,500. And another high flair, good determination, okay physicals, but at 18, he's got a lot about him, and I'm interested to see what he'll do to develop. Comes and gets the ball, attempts overhead kicks, knocks the ball past the phones. He's got a lot of interesting traits, so I think we'd have a good shot with him. Then this guy, Jonathan Mercau, when we lost Stegmans, this was where the Stegmans monies went, to our French-Spanish Real Sociedad center back. To be honest, somebody who looks really good in the role, if I'll be completely honest. He has great physicals, good pace for a center back, 6'1", determination, decision, anticipation. These are all fullback stats, but they work for a center back, especially a ball playing center back. On defend here, the pace, the jumping reach could do better, but strength, stamina, agility, anticipation, bravery, concentration, decisions, and determination, huge. Vision, teamwork, positioning, marking, and tackling could do better, passing and heading, but he's only 18. He's got plenty of room to grow on 12.5k a week. I think he'll do really well. He is a foreign player, but he is currently good at the division that we're in, and the fact that he also provides left back coverage because he can play as a wing back on attack. He's got the dribbling, he's got the decisions, he's got the pace and the agility and the acceleration to do that, which is another great thing. So he provides a kind of a dual role for us. Really excited, and I'm really happy with the business for him. Next was our kind of where some of our Randolph Knight money went, was to buy this guy, Lewis. He's a Brazilian who we got for his release clause of 11 million. And once again, a guy who can play defensive midfield, or attacking midfield, so kind of shoring up and giving us more options in those midfield positions, but just a solid-looking midfield option. Physicals are pretty good. Strength could be a little bit higher, but stamina, pace is pretty good. But if you look at his mentals and his mentals, teamwork, vision, work rate, flair, leadership, decent determination, composure is good. Now, he's not good at certain technicals, but the one he is a technique, passing, free kick taking, and first touch. He's a playmaker if I ever saw one. You look at him as an advanced playmaker or a roaming playmaker. Basically, anything where he's not shooting at goal, he's good. And I like that. And he also has the ability to play 1-2s and play in the midfield or attacking midfield. He's a good option, another option for us, and that's what we're looking for. Rotational options. This was for 3.5 million. This is the other Stegman's cover that we got. Daniel Ekbar from Borussia Mönchengladbach, in from Germany. Level-headed, young German youth prospect, center back. Once again, just checking off all the boxes. If we look at ball-playing defenders, because that's what we do. Physically great, balance is good. He has a lot of good physicals. Bravery, determination, teamwork, positioning, work rate, all the stuff good. Really, they could develop better. His tackling, his marking is good. Passing is going up. First touch heading technique just can grow. And at 18, it gives us, and he's only a center back, but he gives us once again a wonderful. We have 4 really solid center backs in this club now. And I mean, he was playing for their second division, 55 appearances. He's capped at Germany's under 21s already, which is great at 18. So it shows you what they think of him, where he's thought. As in, John is capped at under 20 but hasn't played. I don't think Lewis is capped at all. He's not capped. He has no youth caps. As is for Pavlov, he has 2 caps for Serbia's under 21s, and I don't think Bologna has anything for Spain. No, Bologna doesn't have anything for Spain. This brings us to this guy, Manuel Aker, who came in on kind of a trial-y basis. We looked at him, didn't really look like much, and we needed to pay him $8,000 to work, and I don't think he was worth that given the other center back stuff that we did, so we let him go. We brought this guy in on a free, Raquel Moya. Once again, free punt on him, paying him $8,000. He doesn't look too great. How long is his contract for? I mean, we only have him until we have him for a long time. But he may be just somebody we look to sell on. He's playing at a League 2 level, and the stats he have aren't bad. He's winger and inside forward. He can play inside forward reasonably well. Play winger reasonably well as well, but that's about it. Maybe he's got some room to develop. He's 2-star. He's potentially 3.5-star ability, but at 24, you don't really know. He is an emergency backup, just to kind of give us, between Wright, McFarlane, Valdez, he's kind of 5th choice. Maybe plays in a few of the cup games. I don't think the Caballero Cup is big for us this year, so I think that's where we can kind of see him maybe come in. And B, you can't hit them all out of the park. And then with Mackenzie leaving, we got 2 goalkeepers. First one that came in was a youth prospect, Julio Torres, who is immediately going back out on loan because he can't play for us just yet. He looks to be the one of the future. He looks pretty good. He's about on par with what else we have here, but he can play sweep. We're starting to move towards a sweeper keeper, and he can do that pretty well. 2-star current, 4-star potential. I think it could be pretty good. For what we paid for him, only £6 million. That's not a bad deal. And then our starting keeper for this year, Marco Gentile. he looks pretty solid as a keeper. Played for Boca Juniors, 36 appearances, 31 goals, so letting in less than a goal a game. If you look at his stats, bravery, determination is high, decisions is good, positioning, reflexes, handling, kicking, one-on-ones. He's got everything you need there. Like I said, we'd like to start to play a sweeper keeper on attack. He's not eccentric at all. So sweeper keeper on defend is kind of in his wheelhouse here. And I think he'll be a good, serviceable goalkeeper for us. He was on the same par as McKenzie. I think if we compare with, McKenzie here, McKenzie was better physically, mentally, and speed-wise, but communication, aerial distribution, and shot stopping, so like the goalkeeping things he's better at, where he was a better physical one. I'm happy with that. Now, we're looking, there's still some more room to wiggle. We have some more transfer budget, so we still got 32 million pounds available to do, and if we need to, we also have a ton of sell-on clauses we can get rid of. But I think that's our team going forward. So now, let's look at what they want us to do. So we've talked about the board. This is what we're playing in this year. So we've got the Sky Bet Championship, reach the playoffs. I think that's fair. I think the media has us as promotion targets. Media preview. Anywhere, season preview. Here we are. Okay, so we are expected to go up. I don't really know. I think playoffs is there because, I mean, West Ham, Brighton, Newcastle, Leeds, Birmingham, Swansea, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, Stoke. These are all really solid teams. Hull's supposed to go down with us, and we know what we did with Hull. But at the same time, we have a lot of the media's dream 11. And the other ones is West Ham. Tammy Abraham is in this thing. Anthony Cornell, who's a winger with West Ham. Is he now? We'll scout him. 25 million pounds, though. And then obviously Declan Rice. And then this guy is Birmingham's keeper. But Pepe and Lawrence are our two big players that they expect to do big things for us. We're not even the biggest spenders. West Ham has been the biggest spender so far. Newcastle has the best net transfer. I mean, who spent the biggest on? I mean, obviously, Anthony Carroll was the biggest from West Ham. They spent 35 million on him, and then Shakhtar, this guy coming in. So big money being spent in this division. 24 million. I mean, it just goes to show you that when we bring in a guy for 17.25, and he's not even the largest. He's like middle of the road. We're not doing too bad money wise here. So there's still stuff to go. Sponsorship income, too. If we look at things, too, look at this. Our sponsorship income is 130,000. The West Ham's at 17.25 million. There's a gap here. So we only have the third largest stadium. It's still bigger than Luton and Rotterdam, which is nice to see. And we're on the level of QPR and Swansea, which is nice, but it's not the London Stadium. Structure, that's just the structure. The rules, past positions, stages. So, playoffs, I think, is doable. I don't think we're going to breeze through this league like we have been before. I think we're going to take a little bit more time. It's going to be a little bit slower in this league because there is a lot of good competition now. A lot of big names, clubs in here. FA Cup, reached the 5th round. We've been doing that. We're entering in the 3rd round, so really it's win 2 games, which is nice. And then reached the 4th round. We drew Portsmouth as our first round opponent, which isn't too bad for us. It'll at least give us a shot to kind of go somewhere. I mean, we haven't yet to reach the 4th round and make this objective, so it would be nice to do that. Now today, we are taking on Luton away from home. And Valdez could be out for food poisoning, which is fine. Let's look at our selection here. So this is the team I'm thinking of going with today. We've got Gentile in goal, back 4 of Moreno, Roberto, Antigua, and Skiffington. Roberto and Antigua have formed a nice partnership, and he's really improved. So I'd like to at least keep that partnership going. Maybe we start working in Merco, John, Jean in at some point. Keating and Lawrence in the middle. We have Nataro, Wright, Herrero, and Pepe. Luis obviously will factor in at some point today. Gabrev is now our other midfield option, who is very solid, and it is wanted, and you can just see stats-wise, he looks very good. I think he signed a new contract, too. Bench of McFarlane, Lee, Thompson, Gabrev, Finn, Lewis, Marcow, and then Johnny Baker, who may or may not go out on loan or sell. He's been a good for us for a while. He is wanted, so we'll see there. And then obviously the rest of our other players will bleed them in as we come in. We've got some fitness issues, but I think our main squad is pretty strong. Marcow could come in. He's a little bit more match sharp than Roberto, but Roberto is obviously at 100% fitness. So this is the team. Same system as we normally play. Let's get out there and start off our championship run. As they are playing the whole new back line for them. Though this guy's a Chelsea player, isn't he? No. Am I thinking of him? Yeah, trained at Chelsea. He must be on loan? Yes. He is on loan with them from Chelsea. Norris is Southampton. Is this guy on loan? So they've got a loaned back line. Nobody I really know of, but they got a Conte. You always got to watch out for those defensive midfielders, Conte. Now, these guys playing as defensive midfielders? They are. Okay. Let's get a bit more passionate, say. Let's give the fans something we're doing. And then we'll let them know, oh yeah, faith. Everybody looks motivated. Everybody gain confidence. All right, here we go. Match 1, day 1. Luton versus TGWPIS. And I can immediately say we don't have a yellow card first thing, which is good for us. As a free kick comes in as Ibanez is there. And Antigua makes a great tackle but can't find anybody with it. But Pepe's there and does make it. He's making a blistering run in and just shoots wide. I think Pepe's been slated to be the top goal scorer this year, and when you did 49 goals like last time, I mean, there's a good shot that he might have an attempt to, he might be able to do it. As Nataro's on here, free kicks in, Roberto, Antigua, no, goes over the bar, goal kick. Now we are dominating possession, getting tons of shots, as we normally do. But as we know, TGWPIS loves being a second half team. We don't like scoring in the first half. He's using Skivington onto Herrero, out to Lawrence. Finds Moreno, cross comes in, gets cleared, Conte. Now they hoof it forward, and Ibanez can run onto this, and he does, and never really troubles Gentile. And now another throw over Skivington into Keating. Cross comes in. Little shaky at the back there is Humphreys Murphy's. Can they get across? Nope. Great interceptions. Lawrence is there. Can he find the crossover? He goes for it himself. Keeper collects. Oh, we have goal line technology now. That's nice. And VAR, I think, too. Free kick to them. Header. Gentile with his first action of it. Makes a good save. Let's see. Now he's got his guys out wide. Throws it out to him. Very interesting. Moreno's on it here. There was a good distribution by him. Now Moreno. Nice pass into Nataro. Can he cut inside? He can. Shoots. Save by the keeper. Herrero. On the kick in. Nicholas Wright. Over the bar. And, one last before halftime. Here we are. Moreno can one-time cross in. Pepe, nope. Lawrence flashes in. Pepe deflects it in for his first of many of this season. And there we go. Right in the dying minutes of the half. We go up. Moreno comes in. Pepe doesn't get it cleared. Gets back onside. Lawrence comes in and Pepe deflects it goalward. And I think we're away from home for this one. And we're in Luton. As the away crowds cheer. I tell them you played well out there, but I think there's still room for improvement because I think there is. We'll let them know there's much more to come from them, and I have faith, and we'll start the second half. So, let's think about substitutions now. Skifton throws into Keating, under pressure, finds Lawrence, back out to Keating, sends it back to Antigua, out to Skiffington, who can't beat his man. Humphreys Murphy tackles, but can't get it to anybody. Nicholas Wright's there. We're playing pretty deep here. These guys, but they're sitting pretty deep too. Moreno, great run. Byline, Wright has to head these down. When he was scoring last year, he was heading those in every single time. Free kick. You got to imagine Mahoney doesn't go for goal. Finds Ibanez here. Antigua gets it to Pepe, who's hold a play. He just runs by everybody. Rounds the keeper. Can he get it? He can't. Boham makes the save. Throw into Skiffington into Herrero. Can he get the cross in? He absolutely can. Nataro can't bring it down, but Lawrence gets it. Finds Moreno, whose cross comes in. Knocked down by Herrero. Pepe gets his second. And there we go. Let's watch this play out. Lawrence finds Moreno, crosses in. Their guy clears it, hits Herrero in the face, and then Pepe cleans it up and scores the goal. All right, I'm going to, after this free kick, corner, Antigua, right, knocks around. Rene Roberto cleans up the scrum there in the front of the keeper. You get his first of the goal of the season, and like we always do, second half, we score goals. All right, so let's pause here. Let's make some changes. Lawrence having an okay game. Now, playmaker side. Let's get Lewis on for him. Deep line playmaker sport. He loves to play it. Who else can we get on? Skivington looks a little tired, so we'll bring Macau on for him. Macro. Probably Macro. And actually, let's do this. Play Lewis up there, and we'll bring Gabrev in as the box-to-box. Get Keating there. Let's give some debuts to these guys. Get them out there, see what they can do. Lewis and Marcal making their debuts alongside Gentile. See if they can make anything else happen. If not, at least kind of get them some match fitness and get them in on the team. I think that's a yellow card for the ref now. I think Lewis is going to take this, right? Nope, Nataro is. I'll have to change that. But he shoots it right on target. Almost gets it. Hits the woodwork. You got to imagine maybe have put Lewis on those duties when he's on the field. But as it stands, 3-0 TGWPIS FC. We brought 800 away fans. Great win for us. Pep talk, tell these guys, a good win, boys, well done. They're extremely delighted. I'm extremely delighted. It was a solid performance. Lewis makes debut along with the other guys. They're just going to say it's all right. We hammer Luton. I'll attend the press conference. It certainly made the half easier for sure. Marco Gidley had a solid game, and I'm sure he'll build on that. He was inspired, wasn't he? His record speaks for himself. I respect him immensely. He's always enjoyed opportunity to talk to him. I think that's fair. 2 goals per Padov in his debut with Salford. And where does Salford play? Are they at least in the Football League? They're in League One. Okay, so they're in the league below us. I think Pavlov is considered what kind of a striker? Is he a championship? Okay, so he's just operating at one league below us, which is fine by me. I think he could definitely do that. Pepe, our Pacey hitman. You're superb in front of goal. He agrees. Good times by all. So, when do we want to come back? Well, a lot of interesting games here. Maybe we come back for the end of the month. Bristol City or Rotterdam. Yeah, probably around the end of the month would be a good time to come back. As you can see, we gotta play more friendlies. I gotta get these guys on setting up more friendlies. But so Bristol City, I think once again we're gonna have more games. Sunderland is gonna be a good game. We gotta play West Ham. As the table flitters itself out, we'll definitely see it some more come in. But I think that's where we're gonna start. Start with Bristol City, Nottingham Forest, kind of like that area. Sounds very good. Brighton's in this league too. Oh my god. All right. Well, anyways, I've been James. This has been TGWPIS FC. Hopefully you've had a lot of fun. I know I have too. And we'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.